Law 1. Law 1, or the law of inertia, states that matter wants to resist any change in motion. The speed or velocity of a motion will not change unless an outside force acts upon it. For example, this bowling ball would travel in a straight line forever, but the friction of the floor and the air, plus striking the pins, change the velocity of the bowling ball. Astronauts appear to float in space because there is very little gravity pulling down on them in space. So when they change their velocity upward, the force of gravity is not pulling down on them, and they can float. And finally, if you're driving a car and it hits another car, the car stops, but the people inside keep moving forward. That is because the outside force is acted on the car and not the person inside. That the acceleration of an object depends on the force acting on it and the mass. And there's an equation, force equals mass times acceleration. Think of a shopping cart of groceries. The mass of an empty shopping cart is much less than a full shopping cart. So it takes much less force to push an empty cart compared to pushing one that is filled up with stuff. And finally, law 3 is for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. As this boy jumps down on the trampoline pushes back in the opposite direction and causes the boy to move in an opposite direction. Also look carefully at this balloon. The balloon is falling downward, and then it hits the ground, and the ground is pushing in the opposite direction and causes the direction of the balloon to change and move back upward.